Hey everyone! Today I'm starting this segment called Proper Weekend, and I plan to play a lot of games. Now, you might ask, why do we want another Let's Play channel? There's so many already. Well, I plan to look at very obscure and geeky games, and if that's your thing, do subscribe. Is it going to be interesting? I don't know. Let's give it several tries and see. Today we're going to be looking at a Linux real-time strategy game called Curse of War. Very unlike than anything you've ever seen before. Let's check it out. So we're going to play Curse of War, which is a very interesting real-time strategy game available for Linux. And it is actually played through the terminal. So here's a preset. This is Curse of War, and it sets up easy level. And we want easy, you'll see. Even on easy level, it's difficult to win. So I'm putting on pause here just to give you a quick overview. So I have a cursor here. See? These white brackets. So what's going on here is that this is your fortress, and these are cells with populations. And depending on the amount of dots, and you'll see them populate, let me unpause it for a while. See, it's being populated, and these three mean that it's, well, somewhere around, from 50 to 100, I think. This one means that it's from 0 to 50, and so on. And so you eventually will have cells that have 6 dots, meaning that it's like the maximum amount of population, which is 499. So each cell can hold almost 500 people. And then what happens is that in this game, you don't control every unit. Instead, you're controlling groups of units, and you can plant a flag like this, and this will divert people to this position. And if you have these gold mines, see the mountains with a dollar sign, these are gold mines. If you have cells populated by your population around them, then this becomes your mine. So you can build cities like this. So let me divert everybody here. I can build it here. So N is a small town, then you can upgrade it to a larger city. And then finally, when you're gold, see below, there's gold. When it approaches 600, then you can update it to fortress. So the town gives a 10% increase in your population. The city gives a 20% increase, and the fortress 30% increase. And so basically the point of the game is to get all the territory. But how you do it is kind of not always clear, and this game is rather cryptic. So first of all, you can, again, plant these flags, which will divert the population, change their migration routes, and they will go towards the flag. If you don't plant the flag, then it basically kind of spills over into other cells. So you have populations, and then if the cell is too populated, then kind of people will migrate to a more free cell. Now, whether that occurs throughout the map all the time, how fast that occurs, I have no idea. It's not very clear. What I do know is that sometimes you plant a flag somewhere, and then you see that the cell has now 499 people. But as soon as you remove the flag, the cell population may fall down to 0 even. And why that happens, I have no idea. So you don't have to actually necessarily be very aggressive. You can just kind of build cities, and population will just migrate to neighboring countries on its own. But sometimes you really want to, for example, get a gold mine. For example, in order to get these gold mines, I have got to have people here. So I can kind of try to plant flags here and see if I can actually conquer that region. Okay, so see, something's going on. So it felt like I really was victorious. But this guy, see the X's? This is the enemy flag. When you see the X, that means that this is an enemy attacking. And they can attack a lot. It doesn't mean they're winning, because if you look, I'm at this point here, the population is 499. So he's attacking, but he's not really getting anywhere. But he can continue doing that again and again and again, and at some point in time, he can theoretically win. So I'm putting a fortress here. Sometimes what you can do is you plant a flag here, and then you remove the flag from the previous cell because you consider it to be kind of safe, and you slowly move on into the enemy territory. although that does not work all the time. See here below here, the yellow player is now also advancing here. He's kind of getting to this city. We're also getting there. So let's plant a flag there and see if we can win. However, you can't plant too much flags, because then you won't have enough population for this. And so what might happen is that you've planted several flags and none of them really advance your cause. And, eventually kind of your attack just burns out. It doesn't happen all the time. And when you own most of the map, you can be more aggressive. It seems to work normally then, but it's still kind of dangerous even if you're very strong. Okay, so let's upgrade these. So the prices below 150, 300, and 600, these are the prices to build a town, city, and fortress. Okay, so notice that not always do things happen. For example, here, this border, like, look, nothing happens here at all. It's been, since the start of the game, nothing happens. I don't know why. And it's not clear why your population decides to migrate somewhere, whether this is totally random or there's some algorithm behind it. I was unable to contact the developer. Actually, I've tried several channels on their website. He says that you can contact him through IRC, and that was not successful. The IRC channel is basically empty. There are 2 people there, and none of them are developers. And only one guy responded and said, "Yeah, I'm not a developer. I just found the game cool, and I just came to hang out." And that's definitely not what I wanted. I also wrote to the email, and funnily enough, I got a response from a guy who said, "Oh, I'm not the developer. Can you tell me where can I get the binaries of the program?" So this is kind of weird. So right now I have no contact with the guy, but it would be really interesting to talk, because look at it. Of course, this is super geeky. It looks nothing like an RTS. It's like, what are we talking about here? But it's kind of cool. It is cool. It has something. It has this geeky appeal that I like it. Maybe it is because I am a geek, but it looks pretty cool. And when somebody asks you, "What are you playing, man?" I'm gonna tell you, you see this terminal? I'm actually playing a real-time strategy game. And it is real time. It's as real time as it gets. See, everything is happening in real time. So have the I want to get that city, but it's happened a lot before. Let's try it just for the demo. But each time that I try to aggressively get the city, usually this guy begins to be aggressive as well, and I lose a lot of my territory. It probably depends on how strong I am. Right now, I'm actually pretty strong. You can see that my territory, it's not small. And look, I kind of got his city. So then you kind of remove the flag from here. See, that's interesting as well. I removed the flag instantly. The population drops to almost 0. Does it mean that I don't have enough, fortresses here or whatnot? I don't know. Does it do anything? So I guess I can remove it from here and advance here. And these already are pretty good. But then again, he's here as well, so he can attack. Whoa, I lost one here. You have to be really, really careful with what's going on. So you can press one button and it removes all the flags. Sometimes it's handy. See, so I eventually lost this one, or I'm kind of fighting for it, and maybe I just need more fortresses. On the screenshot on the website, I saw that there's a screenshot where they have fortresses built like right along the border, and I'm thinking maybe that's what I should do. Okay, so we're kind of losing here, yeah? Well, I'm not losing, but I'm not winning either. I'm just kind of trying to do things and not really succeeding much. Although this does seem to be mine now. So here I got to have it because he's... just don't... another interesting thing, like, look, I have a lot of gold mines right now, correct? So it doesn't appear that the amount of money that I'm getting is much faster than it was in the beginning of the game. It's as if not much things are... It doesn't seem that owning a lot of gold mines really increases your input a lot. I understand this could be a question of game balance, because if you do get a lot of gold mines, then you can just be a super powerful guy and nobody can do anything with you. But at the same time, I don't know. Another thought is that if you're building a city here, the population might not actually reach the border. It's another theory that I have that perhaps if I start doing something with these towns, nothing happens. At the same time, when you do start the game, let me put it on pause here. When you do start the game, like think about it. You have one fortress, and then the population starts to grow a lot, like everywhere. And so I don't know. According to nothing says in the game or in the instructions that you can't. They should put cities and that their effect of creating population is only local. So while the game is on pause, you actually can build things, which is kind of nice, and you can plant flags. So let's revise our flags and see if it makes sense. So I sometimes put flags in the center of the city so that they're not taking over, and that population from the cities, spills out into the nearby areas. I have no idea if it helps, but so let's remove all of the flags, and maybe let's plant 2 here. So there's a lot of population here. My prediction is that as soon as I do that, this population here will fall down, and we will see some like more blue here. And again, notice nothing happens with yellow. So the developer of the game says that all players, like the computer players, have different personalities and they play differently. So I guess yellow is a pretty passive personality. He doesn't do much, while blue is, he's fighting more and he's more aggressive. He does a lot of very aggressive flag planting, but it doesn't help a lot. See, so I am actually gaining on him, slowly but gaining. Okay, unpausing the game. Let's see what happens. So he instantly attacked here. So I do have to put, right, and he instantly destroyed my cities, see? So when somebody tries to take over your cities, what happens is that they can actually demote, like make your fortress go to cities and cities to towns, and then they can just destroy the towns completely. So he's trying to do something here. Let's build it up. I just don't have enough money for this. I can remove this one, I guess. Oops, I didn't intend that, but anyway. So let's get it here. Okay, so once I put a flag here, it doesn't seem that he can do much right now. And I have 499 here. If I remove it, I wonder if he can get there instantly. No, and look, suddenly he disappeared. That's interesting. So I don't always understand how this works. I think nobody does. What if developer tells me, man, I have no idea how it works myself. Like I've written it and I don't know how it works. Okay, so let's upgrade this one. And sometimes I don't understand whether building something helps as well, or maybe it helps, but it helps very slowly. Like, I mean, look at this guy. I have huge amounts of fortresses here. He has what, like 3? How can he do anything at all right now? Like, he should be dead, but he's not. And that's kind of weird. So let's go here. Let's maybe plant more aggressively. Let's maybe even get this one. So I think that right now I'm at a point where I think I can be more aggressive. Like I can afford to be more aggressive. Okay. Okay, so he's trying to... So I can remove the flag from here. He's trying to regroup a little, I guess, but he's attacking like this cell all the time and these cells, but he can't do much here. 499, 49, 499. So this one is actually maximum. So, and I understand also that if you point to your flag to somewhere, in the middle of somebody's territory, your population will try to migrate there, but they will not instantly reach it. So they can only get to some cell that is a neighboring cell, basically. Okay, so here we got him, and I think that I can remove these flags. I can promote this one. And okay, so I guess that it's safe to say that the blue one is done for. But look, the yellow now is more active, so I guess I should build more things here and maybe shut them out. Okay, so that's it. I guess the blue is done. Wow, this is good. Guys, I'm so happy you saw this. Because at some point in time, I thought, okay, I'm kind of losing this. So now we only have the yellow well, look, I mean, money now, of course, is flowing in, I guess, a little faster. I guess so. It's difficult to say. I do own right now a lot of gold mines, but it's still kind of, I mean, it's not dramatically larger. It's not dramatically faster, like the rate of getting the money. So I don't know. Look, I mean, I mean, it will be interesting to see on the video whether the rate has increased. It is possible that at some point in time it doesn't increase; it just stays that way. Like there's a limit to how fast money accumulates. So right now I'm trying to upgrade everything along the border so that this guy can't do anything. And I'm still not ready to aggressively start doing something because I want to make sure that I have good defense here and that I can actually... Again, like the amount of fortresses that I have is huge. He has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I have much more than that. I won't count. Okay, just waiting. Just waiting. He's just passively waiting for me. He's not really even doing something. I don't see any X's from him as well, meaning no flags. He doesn't plant any flags, so I destroyed his cities very easily. And he still doesn't do anything. So let's try to be very aggressive here. Yep, I think I pretty much nailed it. So here it doesn't seem to work, so I added, nothing happens. Maybe there's just too much of his troops here. So continuing to get it. Okay, so let's try getting the next layer. So you see you can work by layers. And if you're more aggressive, then you risk losing out a little bit. There you go. So it seems to be like I should be right. I should be winning. Sometimes when you just go around these things, you put all the population around it, then it works pretty well. So you encircle a city, and then you kind of win quicker. And if you just enter it from one side, sometimes nothing seems to happen. Okay, so now let me do this experiment. I'm removing all the flags, and I'm just going to develop these cities and see if invasion happens by itself. He's not attacking at all, so if the developer says everyone has their character, this is definitely a very passive guy. Maybe this is a downfall of AI. Like, not a very well-written AI. You know, like in Warcraft 2, there was a big problem with this. In Warcraft 2, you would have a problem that at some point in time, AI would just give up. It would not do anything. You would get an attack from AI, usually on a custom map, and then after a while, but actually on the campaign maps as well, I've seen that, but after a while, he will stop coming to you. I remember there was a map when I could barely survive the first attack, but then I did it. And I was waiting for a second attack, and it never came. And then I went to his base, and nobody was doing anything. All the guys were just standing. And actually, one of the challenges to such games is not that it's impossible to make AI that can win the player every time. The difficulty is to make it interesting because it's very easy to lose, actually. And you have to find a balance between making the AI not too stupid, but not too hard as well, not hard to beat. And I guess that in Warcraft 2, they kind of had an algorithm of the AI trying to get you really quick, but once they couldn't do it, that's it. The algorithm kind of stopped there. Okay, so let's build something here and try to be more aggressive. Yep, it seems to succeed very easily. So at this point, I guess we can try to be more aggressive. So let's just get his towns. He just doesn't have enough population, I guess, right now. See, we destroyed everything just by kind of touching it. Let's go here and see if the population spills over there. I can meantime build things. Yep. Look, like right now, I guess at this point in time, you can see how easily you can win everything just by basically touching it, by diverting your population there. You can call it armies as well, right? So, and you just win. Yep. See, we just destroyed it very easily. I wonder, do you think, guys, that we have a faster rate of accumulation of resources? I don't know. I mean, it feels constant, right? I'm waiting for 600. It's about the same time. Yeah, so I think it's constant at this point. So I think we've won. We've won. So lots of gold. Let's upgrade some stuff here. Then you can fire up your imagination and think that, okay, these are mountains. You can't populate them, but then you have a city here, and it's, it's standing like between mountains, and you come out in the morning and you see the mountains and the mist and everything. Yeah, so this game really makes your imagination work. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's it also. I don't think it really makes your imagination work that much. I think it's more about being an abstract game. This is like an abstract RTS game. Okay, so it says you are victorious, and that's it. Basically, we can wait right now. We can continue upgrading stuff, and at the same time, you will see that right now, every cell, well, apart from mines and mountains, every cell has the maximum amount of population. So, okay, so here's Curse of War. This was the easy level. If we go to hard level, sometimes it will be as easy as it is right now. I mean, it was relatively easy. We did have to fight this blue guy for a while, and then it took us some time to actually conquer the gold one. But the important thing is that we were able to do that. But if you go to normal level, it already can be very difficult. So one of the things that happens is that you can get a very bad location. Right now we had a pretty good location. I mean, look at the map. We had the best location. And actually, so let me exit the game here. So this option, Q1, basically tells you get the best position on the map. That's what it says. DEE says this is the easiest level. And I4 says that make sure that all players are unequal, so they don't have equal conditions. So if we play the normal game without any parameters, then see, this is what we get. So you can see that, like, from the get-go, we don't have a very good position. Position is not very good at all. And instead, we're having this weird kind of situation. So let me quickly start building things. Come on. Yes, I don't know. Should I do that? I guess so. So you have to get the all the mines first, so you can try to get this one, but I don't want to enter into the conflict too early. So once you enter the conflict too early, you might get your ass handed to you. So in this situation, my position is not very good. You can see that this guy is pretty aggressive, and he probably will be because he has large territory. This guy is probably going to be very aggressive. He also has pretty good territory there. So I'm just going to be building right now a lot of cities and see whether this will lead me anywhere. So I'm not planting any flags at all. I'm kind of being passive here and see if this is gonna help me. Okay, let's see if I can build something here. Okay, so see, this guy begins to aggressively go somewhere, so I'm planting a flag here to make sure that I can survive his attack. And I hope this will help, because I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. You just don't feel that you control a lot of the game. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but there are these zero-player games, a lot of them actually, and especially like if you go to a casino, many of the games there, like slot machines, they give you an illusion of control, and you always feel, at least psychologically, that you're in control, that you're doing something, that by maybe yanking that thing, I don't know how to call this, the one hand bandit a little stronger, you're going to get a bit better outcome, or maybe pressing a button harder, you're going to get a better outcome. But in reality, it doesn't happen. Maybe this game sometimes follows the same, the same tradition. It kind of gives you a feel of doing something, but in reality, you're not. And the game's just laughing at you, and the algorithm is just all random. It's going to be a cool experiment, I guess. So trying to divert population here as well, so that we don't lose this one, and try to cut them off. So cutting off does seem to work. See, so I cut them off, and they're not there anymore. Okay, so this guy is not very aggressive. See, okay, and as soon as I say this, he begins to be very aggressive. Okay, let's just build up things here. I still wonder whether it's possible to win this game without planting any flags, or just building up your towns. The interesting thing is that I see this from one of the computer opponents. If we're talking about different personalities, I guess this one has this weird personality. He plants a lot of flags, like a quick succession of attacks, which go away instantly, and I have no idea why he does that. Like, I'm not sure this gets him anywhere. Let's try to lock him out. Because like these cells are not connected to his army. Therefore, he kind of tells them to go over there, and his army starts here and maybe here. But it looks kind of scary, but he's not really getting anywhere. And it's been several times that I would go to a cell and see what's going on, and I see that my population is there, like 499, but he keeps on putting his X's there. So, okay, we've logged that out. We can put it here. Maybe we can kind of do this. Let's see if we can do this. So I definitely need more money. For example, we don't own that mine because you have to encircle it. You have to make sure that it's captured by you, and we just touch it from one side. But my understanding is that this guy also does not own it. All the active mines, they are like that. They're bright yellow, and this kind of dark yellow brown mine means that nobody owns it. It's not giving any money. Okay, so I'm being defeated here. Let's try to get it back. So let's see. It's actually possible, I guess. But yeah, so look, we're playing a game, a normal level. I would not say that I'm doing something completely different as to what I've been doing before. I did say that I'm going to be more passive, but to be honest, in the previous game that you saw, I was also pretty passive. I wouldn't say that I instantly tried to get somebody or tried to be more aggressive. No, I was very cautious, and I was very cautious here, but it turns out that it doesn't work. And it might not work simply because I have a worse position on the map. It might not work because the AI that are around me are more aggressive, happen to be more aggressive, or maybe some other things are in play. Maybe some other things are at play which we have no idea about, and only the developer does. See, we have this small enclave here. So I'm waiting to upgrade it to a fortress and see if we can survive the attack. So come on. Oh, wait a minute. I have no mines left. You see, gold 599. And I have no mines left at all. And I can't get even one. I just need one of gold. And I don't have it. That's interesting. That's kind of funny. That's even kind of funny. So let's see if I can quickly get this one. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. But let's try. Why not try? Yeah, I mean, I think I'm losing this one. Man, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I really need just one coin. Why don't they have banks or something? You know, get a credit for this one? No. So it says you're defeated. See? So at this point in time, we can just observe what happens to the other players, but it says you're defeated. And so we're defeated. We have 599 of gold. This is very funny. Okay. So we also see the date, 1860. I have no idea whether date means anything at all or whether this is just the timeline. You can actually, there's an option to switch it off, so I guess it's not essential. Okay, guys, so this was Curse of War. Big thanks for watching, and see you later. See you next time.